Specifically, because we don't need to, because we're present guys.
We're present guys.
It's the power of now.
Ken, be careful what you say, because this is going to come back to bite you.
I know, but I'm here for it. If it does, it does.
I do not want to mention the biggest Premier League season win of the 2011-2012 season.
We don't need to.
Do you know what that score was?
I can't remember. It's all right.
No.
Do you know who played?
I don't remember. I'm
just going to remind you. I'm just going to remind you.
I stay present.
In that moment.
Yeah.
And because I've seen Tenet 3 times now.
Tenet.
I've seen Tenet 3 times
really?
now. And it's made me understand that perhaps we can use Maxwell's Demon, the philosophy of Maxwell's Demon, to go back in time and look at how we can reorder chaos as a reference to how we look at the future.
Okay. So did you actually go to the cinema 3 times?
I've seen Tenet 3 times.
Wow. I liked it, and strangely enough, you know what? At some point during the King of Hearts series, we'll talk about this, because I have a theory based off Tenet, and I use it in some of the stuff that I do. But let's not go into that now. But Tenet is actually a very, very good film.
I've been desperate to see it.
Yeah, go and watch it. It's a good film. And
just as a reference, in that season, the biggest win of that season was Manchester United, the team you hate, 8.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Arsenal, 2.
What? So you guys were trying to equal that record? Yeah, is that what Liverpool were trying to do?
Hang on.
I'm just saying.
What year was that?
2011.
Didn't United win the league that year?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Aston Villa are not going to win the league this year.
Liverpool can win the league this year.
No, but Aston Villa are not going to win the league.
The team that scored all of the goals
won the league.
Let's just say
the team that won all of the goals, that scored all of the goals, won the team. Germany won 7-2 and won the World Cup.
Teams do lose games.
Arsenal.
I'm going to go back. We could go back even further if you're talking about big scores.
Okay, no, it's fine.
But we'll move on. We have a show to
let's. With every new season comes new players, and it happens every year.
Yeah.
But the transfer window comes around, and we are all just like kids in a sweet shop. Yeah. This year, we've seen the likes of Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, James Rodriguez, both Thiagos, Alcantara and Silva, all join the Premier League, and even Gareth Bale has decided to grace us once again with his presence. So with all this moving and shaking going on, we want to talk about player envy. Which players do we wish we had in our team? Who are you secretly cheering on? Maybe they're in your fantasy team. Who knows? And a little bit later on, we might just touch on the kind of kits that every year the kits get better and better. Most years. So which kits are you liking the look of? And if you had to get a rival player's name on one of those kits, who would it be? So kicking off, Ken, who is the player that you envy the most in the Premier League?
You know what? I'm gonna. It's gonna be a bit of a weird one. One's controversial, and the other one, if you know the way I like football, then you'll understand exactly why. So my the 2 are Gareth Bale, and that's controversial because I don't like any other Tottenham player. I never would like another Tottenham player. Understood.
You don't even need to elaborate on that. That is controversial, straight up. That's it.
But then the other one is...
what do you think of Tottenham? You weren't supposed to say that.
I know, you're probably going to go silent there, but it's going to be like
Arsenal fan natural reaction from us.
We can't even, you can't even hold something in because it's going to explode like a volcano.
It's just in there, man. It's a
natural response. And then the other one is a player who I think, on his day, from what I've seen of him and what I know of the way he plays, he reminds me of a left-footed Zidane. And I know my friends are going to say this, you're crazy, how can you say that? But I really like James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez, he is, even from what I've seen of him at Everton now, he has that kind of, he's not quick. I don't expect him to be quick. But then again, Zidane was not quick.
No.
Zidane could find a pass in a telephone box.
Yeah. And the way he just creates space.
Exactly. The weight of the pass, the intelligence of the pass, not even being able to see, just knowing, and he doesn't. And considering what happened with him at Real Madrid and the kind of issues he had with Zidane and not playing, and then he had the loans to other clubs and so forth. He kind of didn't actually understand why it was all happening. But now that I'm seeing Everton under Ancelotti and actually playing to his strength and just playing football, I knew this from the World Cup. I didn't know when he was in Monaco, so I knew it was great. I knew it was good. But now you're watching him, and I was like, this guy's like,
he can play
as long as he has the team around him. And when you think about the team, what Ancelotti did at Everton is amazing in terms of his purchases. But having the guys who are making the runs, the striker who's there, Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison making the mad runs, all the central midfielders who are now doing the gritty work behind him, and then also defenders that he brought in as well. Like, he's like the icing on the cake. Just makes it exactly. And now I can see Everton being a formidable team, and I kind of wish we had him. I really can. Because yes, he's 29, but imagine if we'd got him instead of Willian. I mean,
that would be. I don't know. I'm warming to Willian.
Willian is a good player. He runs, he makes it. But the slickness of James,
it's just
William hasn't. I don't think Willian has it, but they play the same position. It's that inverted, right wing forward kind of thing. So if we had him, then boom.
And they can all play kind of pretty much all across the line, essentially on the left, and so
that's
they're
exactly
both
what I'm saying. And I think there's just something more about, so that's why I've got the envy, because I think there's just a little bit more something about him. A little bit more je ne sais quoi. So,
how old is William now as well?
32.
Yeah, so that he's got
3 years. He's got 3 years on him.
Yeah, so I mean, James Rodriguez is definitely in my picks.
Exactly.
So like I said,
those are my two. Bale, come on, Bale is
Rodriguez.
Bale.
I mean, I can't say Bale, man.
I know, but it's Bale.
I mean, I hated him.
Do you remember that?
And then I liked him at Real Madrid, and I can't like him anymore.
Do you remember that was Champions League final overhead kick?
The goal? Yeah, the greatest Champions League final goal of all time. Yeah.
Bale is a baller.
Did that happen?
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like...
Did that happen when he was at Tottenham, though?
No.
So it happened when I liked him, when he was at Real Madrid.
It's true.
No. He is a quality player. It would be nice to have him. It would have been so sweet to take him instead of Tottenham, because obviously that was going to be his only destination, and if we could have just pinched him, that would have been beautiful. So my other pick, aside from James Rodriguez, is it's not someone who's come into the league. It's someone who I think needs a move. It's Jack Grealish. He is a class player, and for some reason unknown to me, Gareth Southgate just doesn't seem to fancy him.
That makes no sense. Zero sense to me. That Gareth Southgate doesn't know, that cannot see that Jack Grealish is the most creative, dynamic player in.
He can just create something out of nothing. And what he's doing with Aston Villa,
Well, 7-2, innit?
7-2. There we go. Aston Villa and Ross Barkley are going to be the combination of the season.
Exactly.
They did Liverpool.
It's true. But yeah, I fully understand that.
Yeah, I think just what he brings to the team, the way he drives up the pitch, he can take on a man. He's just completely fearless. That right foot, if he cuts in and just hits the ball from outside the box, it's almost guaranteed to be a goal. There's not a goalkeeper in the world that can stop some of his shots. His eye for a pass, he can pick out a man in a crowded box. He's got everything to his game. So I wouldn't say that I would necessarily take James Rodriguez, although I'm kind of envious that he's not at the club. I would 100% take Jack Grealish. He's a class player.
There is a part of me that thought that he was going to go to United. Kind of. I just thought, but then I realised they've got too many central attacking midfielders.
I mean, I think he's been linked with a move away for a while. Yeah. But I think he's a Brummie boy, isn't he?
Exactly. And then they got Van der Beek, but I understand that. But anyway, move on. United are a mess. An absolute mess. And I'm here for it all day. I love the fact that team is a shambles.
For me, the player I've most envy for, Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale.
I don't know how I'm the only standout here.
Gareth Bale is when he left that season. He left to go to that season before he left to go to Real Madrid.
21 or 24 goals.
He was just like you just wanted him to have the ball every time.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm going to score a goal now. It was like he scored at will.
Yeah.
I have to admit, the thought of coming up against Harry Kane, Son, and Bale.
Let's not think about that.
Terrifying.
Son is the other player. Each time I look at him, I go, I love him to play for Liverpool.
I think I said this on the show before. You do realise that Son is the most underrated player in the Premier League.
Not now.
He is.
Goal of the season.
I feel like he
not
was.
now.
Okay, but
not now.
But the thing, not now, but I still think he deserves. He should have more accolades. I think the guy should literally. There should be a conversation every summer. That because it wasn't just one season though. He's been doing it for a couple of seasons now.
Yeah. He's consistent.
So he's consistent. So I'm thinking there should have been several conversations about other clubs wanting to buy him for 100 mil.
Yeah, and with someone like Daniel Levy at the helm, you'd expect that to have been a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but Son, I'm not even going to put him in that list because
this is how much of a baller Gareth Bale is. Mm-hmm. Do you know OnlyFans, the adult site, have offered
I can't say I do, Carl. Can you elaborate?
16 times his salary for him to get his kit off. That's when you know you just that's when you know, like, people rate you.
Wait, sorry, what? Wait, what?
So, OnlyFans, an adult porn site, have said to Gareth Bale, so he must be that well known.
Disclaimer, it's not only porn.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, not only porn.
That's just what Carl knows it for.
An adult
Shots
site.
fired.
An adult site,
Yeah, okay.
have said, we will pay you 16 times your salary, and he's got bags currently.
It does, yeah.
If you get your kit off. That's when you just reach. That's when you just reach the, like.
Wow.
People know who you are. They know you are a baller.
Wow.
And they want you to ball in a different sense. There.
Wow.
They want you to ball out.
Exactly, literally. But okay.
I can't help but feel though that there must be other players that have been offered more because his face is. I mean, obviously, people that pay for that are not looking at his face, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you know. But I'm like, he's one of those players that you just think, I want him because he's at his peak. He's now at 31. You can imagine, obviously, and I think what you have to look at it is he's had. People say, oh well, he hasn't played. I was like, well, the guy has been playing for a very long time, at least since he was 17. He's now at physical peak. And he's had a bit of a rest last season. Once he gets to the injury and he's not like, he's ready to come and play the Premiership kind of pace. And even the way he played at Real Madrid was very Premier League standard. Very fast paced, very direct, very kind of
powerful.
So coming back now, back into that Tottenham team where they're going to give him the leeway to do what he does. They're gonna give him the ball. The team that's around him is actually quite superb. Like, I
Can you imagine Harry
Kane,
Son, and Gareth Bale coming at you?
I mean, that's what I was saying before. Like that does terrify me.
That's actually very scary to think of.
It will be interesting to see though, because obviously, like Gareth Bale was like the original prodigal son almost, and then he left, and then Harry Kane took that role,
came through. Yeah.
So I wonder how that dynamic's going to work. That would be quite interesting to see, actually.
Well, I think we know Harry Kane kind of obviously captain and tries to. Have you guys seen the documentary All or Nothing?
Oh no, I've seen clips of it, but no.
Yeah.
Let's save that for another episode.
We got to. Yeah, we have to. But you know what I mean. But like at the end of the day, all I'm going to say is that Harry Kane sort of makes some kind of a dressing room kind of speeches for you.
Oh yeah.
So I can't imagine Harry Kane going. Harry Kane kind of get Gareth Bale up to like, come on, and he'd be like, what? Yeah, so look, at the end of the day, exactly. It's that kind of, I've won the Champions League and you're talking to me about let's gear up and we no, sorry. But so you know what I'm saying? It's like Harry Kane would have to kind of bend the knee.
Almost, yeah.
Bend the knee. Yeah. You would have to, wouldn't he?
If Bale takes the OnlyFans money, he don't care. What do you think of Tottenham?
We're just going to keep coming back at you, Carl.
Don't. Like, you're going to get the same.
I think Tottenham, they look tasty.
They do look tasty.
Looking at the kits that have been released this season, what has been your standout? Have there been any that's caught your eye?
For me, no, not really. I know. Honestly, I kind of only look at the Arsenal kits, and I really, really do want to get our kit this season.
Yeah,
I like our kit.
Yeah.
It looks snazzy. I like the colors. I like the pattern. I like, the players it represents right now at the moment. Because I'm really, strangely enough, I know this is a bit of a weird one, but I would have number 7 on the back.